You think your asshole is gonna last this podcast? You think you got an episode in you, or are you gonna have to run to the B room for your B hole?
My asshole's like a rock, dude. It'll last for everything.
It's all right. If you have to go, we can hold it down. What are we doing, Anthony?
Yeah, because apparently you hated the movie that you're making me watch today, which is Pig, P-I-G, directed by Michael Sarnoski. Sarnoski?
Sarnoski? Something like that. First time director.
Directorial debut. Michael Sarnoski's Pig, starring Nick Cage.
Pig! Why do you keep saying it like that?
Pig.
Pig! Pig!
Fuck Pig.
Pig. Cage more said pig.
Cage said pig a couple times. So, Jake, what's your word for pig?
Pig.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful. It was a thoughtful movie.
Yes. I have another word too, but you guys do your
No,
words.
you only get fucking one. Schwartz?
Okay.
I'll go endearing.
Oh.
Sweet.
Endearing. I'm going to say
I have another word too.
Let's all get
All right,
two words this
both
time
of you
because
say
it's
your
fun.
words at the same time. Go.
All right, ready? We'll go on 3, 2, 1. Ready? Anthony, count down.
3, 2, 1.
Underwhelming.
Misleading.
You already said underwhelming.
He didn't
Not
record
on
it.
the podcast.
Oh, yeah. You said a lot of fucked up things before we started recording.
Hey, man. It's me, baby.
My word is quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah. Not a lot of words needed to be said at times.
It was a quiet movie. There's a lot of, it was quiet. It was tranquil. Tranquil.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Pig 2021. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Go for it, Jake. What was Pig about? Pig.
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 We just start the movie. Should I just go at the beginning of the movie and just go through the movie?
We haven't
Pig.
done that. We took like 20 minutes about another movie.
Yeah, we'll just
This
dick
last
around for a while.
Podcasts and it's like
Hey.
we're talking about 3 other
We'll get it.
movies for
We'll
20
get into it. I'm sure we'll get diverted and
Have you guys
distracted.
watched
I like it.
Have you
I
guys
like
watched
it.
the
We'll get it.
Olympics?
No.
Yeah.
Did
Skull,
you even know it
Rush,
was going
skeleton.
on?
Dude, skeleton is like my new favorite sport. That shit's wild.
No.
That's
I mean,
just
people are playing sports in the winter
people
time.
sliding down the
what's going
mountain.
on. Yeah.
Well, it's like a course and it's fucking crazy.
Is this the first year you've ever seen skeleton or bobsledding or luging?
It's way cooler than bobsledding, and yeah, it's the first time I've seen skeleton.
It's the same track as bobsledding.
Yeah, but
I
you're
really-
going forward and by yourself. Is
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's just crazy. I
They-
really wanted
they
to like
introduced-
bobsledding because of the cool runnings.
They introduced monobob this year, which is single bobsledder.
I didn't
Nice.
see that.
It's a female only thing. for
Freddie
some
was
reason.
like, yo, if we trained for 4 years with curling, we could be in the Olympics maybe. And I was like, you know what? You're kind of right. Maybe we should just drop everything and train for curling.
Are you going to train for curling in Los Angeles? I guess there's ice
I don't
rinks and
know.
shit,
I
but-
don't know, dude. I don't know. But he
Yeah,
was right.
you think you guys can get as good as the Olympians?
Yeah, it sounds like Freddie's underestimating the fucking curling guys.
I mean, having watched curling, it seems like 4 years I can be a fucking LeBron James of curling.
You don't have the
Why?
patience
What
for
what
that.
makes you think you could be so good at it? You like the cold. That's one.
I like the cold. It doesn't look hard. I can mop. I wear cool shoes. I mean, I can do things.
mop.
You think
Curling is a crazy fucking sport, but you're like, I don't know what's up with that sport, but
That's some
Definitely
caveman
doable.
shit, dude. That's
For
like
4
the
years,
first game
every-
ever invented. Like,
4
put rock
years-
over here.
4 years, 6 days a week, LeBron James status.
That's cool. You should do that.
I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that.
I was gonna say if you think Pig was underwhelming and you're trying to get into fucking curling, you're picking the wrong sport.
Yeah.
you're
Number
probably
one,
right.
you're not from Wisconsin, so
Yeah,
you can't
that's
be a
true.
curler.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
I
true.
could be a curler. I'm
I mean,
from
Why?
Michigan.
You look like a
Michigan.
curler.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably be a curler.
I'm basically from like curling side, but they play too much hockey there.
It gets
so.
cold there, right?
Yeah, it's like the guys that didn't make it
Yeah.
in hockey
Hey,
curl where I'm from.
You've thrown rocks before, right?
Oh, I've definitely curled several times in my life, but it just, not something I've put a lot of time into. Like I'm okay at it.
Correct me if I'm
Curling?
wrong. Shuffleboard is
Yeah.
curling, right? Just without the sweeps.
Right, kinda, actually. Yeah,
There's a lot of similarities.
Shuffleboard's
And
fucking
the same. It's like the
fun.
same like approach.
Shuffleboard's a fun game.
Schwartz,
That's a
do you
real fun
think
game.
if you practice every day, you could be the LeBron of shuffleboarding?
Yeah, every day, 6 days a week for 4 years.
No.
Hell yeah. 6 days, Jake. Anybody who plays shuffleboard 6 days a week, 12 hours a day for 4 years is gonna be great.
But the best.
Yes, I mean
There can only be one.
top 5 at
best.
least top 5.
There can only be
You
five
think
top
you can go to the
fives.
Olympics? Is what I'm saying. You think you
For
can make
4
it?
years, 6 days. Yeah, dude, it's not like I'm learning fucking basketball or hockey or something that's super fucking athletic and got to be young to do. This is way easier than that.
Shuffleboard and
Just
curling.
no athletic ability needed. Jake and Anthony are in for that.
For
don't
curling
know.
or for shuffleboard?
I think you're
Both.
underestimating curling.
For both.
I think he's underestimating a lot. You know what is
so.
very common?
I've played
should be
shuffleboard
the
and I've
Olympics.
done pretty well at it. So if I did it for 6 days a week for 4 years,
You
I'd
think
be
you go to
great.
the Olympics?
Yes.
Yeah, but you've played against people that have played the
Yeah, you've
same
played
amount
against
of time
drunk
of you.
people at bars.
Well, I mean, I
Not
don't know how much they play though.
Olympians.
Is shuffleboard in the Olympics?
Curling
No, but
is.
curling.
I
is.
know. Yeah, I know. I said that. I'm the one who brought it up.
You know, it'd be sick if what was
Who
the
put
bags?
you onto that?
Bags
Dude
or
discovered
cornhole?
skeleton and curling this year and wants to tell everybody about it.
Cornhole should be
I've
a
known
summer
about,
Olympic
I've
game.
known about curling.
No.
What should? Cornhole? Cornhole?
Cones.
Dude, you know what should? I would say
Cones.
cones.
Oh yeah.
Cornhole is cool, but cones, for the first time playing that was actually a cool game.
Did
Game
you
of Cones.
Did you write the book yet? Did you write the rule book?
Not yet.
I was.
Bro, you
it-
should. You got to
it's-
paste it on that wall.
Remember how
too.
we were talking?
Right.
And we were like, "This is like, but there's so many random rules." This is how games are invented. Look
Yeah.
at football. Look at
all the
the
circumstances.
random fucking rules in
Yep.
football. There's a billion random. Well, if you do this, you get an extra point instead of the
Yeah.
3-point conversion. You can do this, do
Yep.
this, put 1 point back, four yards away. Like, who the fuck thought of this? It took years of trial and error of shit going down. That no one's like, well, what do we do now? Oh, make up a rule. That's how games are invented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's also rule changes every couple years if they want to.
True.
Like sometimes
Things
like,
get
all right, so
adjusted.
Are we gonna talk about the new things we want to talk about? You know, so that's
Yep.
a thing with sports.
Technology
gonna
advances, logic
Let
changes.
minorities play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's been any minority cone players yet. We should.
Oh,
we
there's
should have
plenty
it.
of there's
Should have
plenty
it.
of minority code players.
I can't think of any.
Georgie's played cones, and he is a person of color.
It's true.
Or is
Georgie,
are we just talking
revolutionary.
POCs?
I don't know why Jake thought he never played cones with somebody except for a white person.
I just
before.
I can't
That's
recall.
hilarious.
I
Jake,
can't
you
recall.
is that what you like? You only
No, no,
wanna
no.
play-
I'm just saying it's an old timey game, so who knows? I don't remember anyone breaking the color barrier yet, but now I forgot Georgie did. Thanks, Georgie.
Sure, I'm sure plenty of people have. Who else? Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's not like I have.
I'm half
people over a lot.
Iranian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Anthony's
there you
not white.
We've had
Anthony's
Iranians.
not white at all.
play.
Actually, he's a minority.
I'm pretty white. I am physically white.
Well, yeah, you're
Like,
a
if
little
you
tanner
looked
than
at
most
me.
whites. If
I
I,
tan
looked at
well.
you, yeah.
I tan well.
Yeah.
I'd be either like Sicilian or Iranian.
Yeah, I would never say Sicilian. Definitely Iranian.
You don't know.
I mean, I've
think-
been to Sicily. Never been in Iran, but you've been in Iran. So we both
I've
know only
Never
things
been
we
to
know.
Sicily.
So all right, so we only both know what we know, I guess.
I know what I know, dude.
I know what I know.
If you know, you know.
Bunch of LaRussas running around Sicily. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. That dude's like fitting there so well. Being loud, having like half shaved head, looking like he needs to go make some pizza.
Don't we all need to go make some pizza?
I mean, pizza's the best.
Pizza's pretty good. Probably the best.
People are like, who doesn't know about pizza being good? Like, why are they even talking about
Hey,
that?
dude, don't forget who put you onto that, dude.
Don't
Pizza.
forget who put you onto that. Slices.
Slices.
Ooh,
Pig.
slices.
2021.
Pig.
Pig.
Can we get into
2021.
it now, Schwartz?
Let's
or do you
fucking
wanna
get
talk some bullshit more.
Into it.
I like that. I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying the 10 to 15 minutes of bullshit talk in the beginning.
Banter.
It kind of heats it
You
up.
just
a
like
little bit.
listening to yourself talk.
We bring it home.
I do like listening to us argue for sure. All three of us. It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
All right.
Well,
Then
we probably
fuck you, Schwartz. Let's go.
we probably account for the bulk of the downloads and listens to our own podcast.
I think about that, but you're probably right.
I mean, I listen to it every week.
Yeah,
Same.
me too. And you know what? You should too. And I'm talking to you. Yes, you.
The listener, not us, not me.
He's talking to you.
You isn't me,
You.
or you is in the listener.
You.
I'm listening.
You.
Oh, this is confusing.
Like in Shanghai Nights. No. Rush Hour 3 when he goes into the thing and they have the whole who's on first situation. I am you. You are me.
I had a conversation with somebody yesterday who didn't think Rush Hour 3 even existed. They're like, there's no way they made Rush Hour 3. And I was like, dude, I promise you, Rush Hour 3 is a real thing.
Yeah, it's borderline the best one.
I was like, Roman Polanski was in Rush Hour 3. That's how I know.
Polanski directed Rush Hour 3?
No, he was in it. He played the suit salesman.
It's a random one. I never realized that.
In Rush Hour 3?
Yeah, when they went to France.
No, he didn't.
Weird.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Because I know that scene, and that was a comedian that played where he's like, because he was telling him he's gonna.
All right, hold on. Okay. Oh no, you're right. That was Jeremy Piven.
Yes, that was Pivs.
So Roman Polanski.
Sorry, I get
hot.
Jeremy
He was
Piven and
hot.
Roman Polanski mixed up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brett
Jerry
Ratner's
Piven,
like
he
a-
goes-
Ari
Brett
Gold.
Ratner's like
He
a-
goes,
Ari Gold.
I'm just gonna take you home and put you in a bath and punish you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh no. Roman Polanski, don't say stuff like that.
Brett
You're already
Ratner's
in
a
hot water.
fucking, like a fanboy.
And he knows
of
why.
All director, so he put him in it.
Hey,
Brett
Roman
Ratner's
Polanski
not-
can't.
Brett
say
Ratner's
shit like
questionable too, isn't he? Brett Ratner
Questionable?
have some.
Who?
Brett Ratner didn't he have, or was that? No, I'm thinking of Bryan Singer.
No, he.
Brian
Or did they?
Brett Ratner.
Or did they both have some sketchy?
No, Brett Ratner. Brett Ratner got a little canceled too. Not as much as Bryan Singer, but he.
that. What did
Brett
he
Ratner
do?
hasn't produced or directed a movie in a few years, and his company was producing like every movie from like 2015 to 2018. Like if you look at his credits, produced a lot of movies. And his last movie he directed was Tower Heist, I think.
That was a funny movie. I saw that. That was good. Eddie Murphy.
Hey,
Matt.
his best movie as a director by far is Red Dragon. That was a great movie. That's his best movie as a
Was
director.
Bryan Singer?
No, that was Brett
Oh,
Ratner.
oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually
Brian
surprising.
Singer made Usual Suspects and
Yeah, he's done
People
some good
and
Stuff.
X-Men 2. So he's done some good shit. But he's also I mean, he directed fucking like 70% of the fucking Queen movie with Rami Malek, and then he got fired.
Yeah,
Oh, he
that
did.
movie sucked.
That movie was terrible.
People talk
Was it
about
better
that
than
movie.
Pig or worse
That
than
was
Pig?
good. Oh, it was way worse than
Way worse than Pig.
Pig.
He won a fucking
Was a
he won a
great
fucking
movie.
an Oscar for it.
Pig
Yeah.
should have been nominated. for
Yeah,
some-
so
Pig should have
in-
been. I agree.
In Rush Hour 3, he plays Detective Revy. So he played a cop in Rush Hour 3, Roman
Caballero.
Polanski, because they were in France. And
he
Roman
in the
Polanski
very
can only
beginning
hang out in
when
Europe.
they get there, he sticks his finger in their butt.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
I honestly do not remember a single frame of Rush Hour 3, except for the fact that Jeremy Piven and Roman Polanski were in it. Otherwise, I can't tell you what happens.
Oh, I'll tell you everything. So it starts out with Chris Tucker.
No. It's just-
He's
He tucks?
he's out. He's directing traffic, dancing, singing Prince.
Oh, I do remember that. Because he's demoted because of
Uh-huh.
shit they did in the second movie, right?
And
yeah,
then-
yeah, okay.
And then he crashes cars, and then
yeah.
there's the
And doesn't, like, somebody
Kardashians.
come and get him. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm
The
leaving."
Kardashians are in one car, and he's got them out. He's
Kardashians?
trying to get their number, and
This
he's
was
going out
more
on a
recent
date.
then.
And then he called.
Was
Well,
it really the Kardashians?
it wasn't literally the Kardashians, but if you watch
Oh,
the movie,
gotcha.
it was the Kardashians. And
Okay, 'cause
and
I
then he
was like, they
calls
weren't famous then.
and then he calls Jackie Chan, and he's like, "You want to get some Mushu tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go." And Jackie Chan's ringtone is "War." Ooh, yeah. What is it?
What's Jackie Chan doing? Is he policing it up still?
He's
Is he,
in
like,
the
delivering fucking
limo with
papers?
his president, the president of China or whatever, the guy he
Oh
protects.
yeah, the dude whose daughter he saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sun
What a
Yi?
simple opening. They were like, "How can we just simply open?" It's great though. Dude, Rush Hour movies are great. Those guys together are two of the best duos ever.
He
They're
gets
great.
shot in that
Who does,
movie.
Jackie?
No, the
President.
president.
All right.
And
Well,
then
let's
they
listen.
gotta
We're-
figure
We're
out.
not here talking about
Rush Hour 3 is great.
Maybe we should do the Rush Hour trilogy. Maybe when it's Anthony's month to pick, we do the Rush Hour trilogy.
Rush Hours are good
because you guys do know we're doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy in my month. So
I definitely don't remember the Rush Hour movies. So hey, whatever.
I could keep going if you want me to.
Nah, it's cool.
You know what? Don't keep going. But Jake, you should talk about Pig.
Yeah, probably.
2021.
Pig 2021. We open with beautiful shots
now,
of the forests of Portland area of Oregon. Portland,
starts
Oregon.
over the water. I thought it was the ocean, but I don't think it's the ocean.
No, it's definitely not the ocean. It's like a stream.
Well,
Yeah.
it starts real high looking down.
It could be coastal. I mean, he might not be in direct
coastal.
Portland directly.
I'm pretty sure it's the water, the body of water where it zooms out and he's standing at.
It doesn't zoom out, but yes.
No,
I think
well,
you're
no,
right.
but
all right,
later-
you're right, it doesn't zoom out. But
later
it cuts
he
to a
is
shot
in,
where he's
like-
standing next to the water.
He is
Yeah,
by
the
a
next
stream.
shot is him standing next to a stream.
He is living near a stream somewhere. We
so
know
I'm
that.
Pretty sure that's it.
The stream comes back later in the film. So it's
A Portland
it's
movie.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, it's a Portland movie.
Let me
So,
say
you
one
know,
thing before we keep going.
big
At
pick
this
here for
point,
me.
I wasn't sure if this was a modern movie because Nick Cage doesn't look very modern. So I was like, I wonder if this is a.
Jillian said the same thing. And when the dude
And
drives
then-
up, she's like, "Oh, so this is
Yeah.
modern day." And I was like, "What
It
do you
was-
mean it's modern day? Of
Yeah,
course
it's
it's modern
cool.
day." And
I
she was
kinda
like,
like how
"Well,
they
look
do
at
that.
the beginning. It looks
No,
like it's fucking 1400s."
I thought it was great how they did that because I didn't even watch the trailer for this movie and I was like, okay, I didn't know this. And then the dude from Hereditary pulls up and I was like, oh shit, it's not back in the day.
Yeah, this
Is
movie
that-
has some interesting ways of misleading people, in which I actually sort of enjoyed. And
I don't know if it's because I knew what the movie was about, which that shouldn't have, but I for some reason I knew it was modern day. I never
Yeah.
questioned that. I didn't get that feeling, which I feel left out. I feel like I was gypped a little bit.
Go on.
Go on. I'll go on. So man and his pig in the woods. They're going around. They're looking for something. We find out they're looking for truffles eventually. But yeah, it's them foraging in the forest. And later at some point, Nicolas Cage is making some nice food for him and his pig.
What
His
was
truffle
he making, by
pig.
the
Little
way?
breakfast.
What was
What?
he making? What was he making?
He was making
a
like
veggie meal?
a quiche.
Little veggie meal. All right, because
Looked like some
It
sort of
says
like
it says
pastry
exactly
or
what he was
something,
making.
yeah.
The first chapter was called the food that he was making.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
mushrooms, some sort
it
of
was
mushroom.
some
Well,
mushroom.
everything
quiche or
has to
something
do with
or-
truffles because
Yeah.
that's a truffle pig.
Yeah.
He's making
And that
truffles.
pig was awesome, by the way.
That pig
yeah.
was rad.
That pig was
So cute.
adorable. That pig was adorable. Like the shots when it was pig level walking through the forest, I thought were
Pig
really
level.
good. I thought that was good.
Yeah,
So
really
that-
beautifully shot.
The
Just-
pig,
yeah.
the pig's name
Immediately
was
looks great.
pig's name actor of the pig, the actor pig. The pig's
actor?
name was Brandy.
Brandy,
and the-
cool. Brandy the pig.
Yes. And the understudy for the pig's name was Cora.
Cora and
understudy.
Brandy.
Cora and Brandy. They are purebred cune, a small breed of domestic pig from New Zealand.
Brandy's a very popular animal name, especially in the acting world, because the dog from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's name was also Brandy. Fun fact.
Fun.
You're a fine girl.
And the dog, listen to this, at the Cannes Film Festival, the dog won an award for best animal acting in a movie, and Tarantino literally accepted the award on Brandy's behalf. How
That's
great is that?
fantastic.
Pretty
That's
great.
awesome.
And he probably kept the award.
He definitely did.
That was a great.
Hey,
that was a
thanks.
great dog character.
It was a great dog. That dog saved the day. Yeah, my buddy's
Yeah.
dog. My
My
buddy's
buddy and his dog killed two
of
of them. I burnt the third one to a crisp with a flamethrower.
Fucking hippies aren't all right. The fucking hippies aren't. Great movie.
Brandy the pig.
Hope Brandy the pig and Brandy the dog get to make a movie together, like a buddy movie. The Brandys.
And they fucking make a pig dog
A man
Or-
dog pig.
or a dog pig.
Well, why can't it just be wholesome? Why you got to go there?
Remember when he's like,
Why do I gotta go to
think you might
fucking?
fuck your pig? I think
I'm
you
just
might
talking about-
fuck
I'm-
your pig.
Interspecies erotica. What's your deal?
I mean,
It's
Guillermo
fun.
del Toro won an Oscar
Interspecies
for a movie
erotica.
about interspecies erotica.
That's
so
true.
let's not
You're
go
right.
there,
It
okay?
would probably win an Oscar. You're right.
Come on.
Come on.
All right,
It'd be
keep
beautifully
going.
shot.
The pig and this guy looking for truffles.
Picking a
He-
guy looking for truffles in the
Running
forest.
through the forest. Obviously, they have a deep connection.
Yeah, but we have to note that Nicolas Cage is pretty grisly looking.
Yeah,
He
he's
looks
somber
like,
as fuck.
like a caveman, looking sad. He's dirty as hell, dirty clothes, long beard, long hair, not well kept. His place is he very much lives in like a shack, but he kind of seems like he's just living with the basics.
Yeah,
And I
he's
think
off the grid.
yeah, definitely off the grid.
OTG.
We for sure see that when, like we say, Alex Wolf's character, his character in this movie's name, Amir, he pulls up in what is it, like a bright yellow Camaro?
Yeah, like 2020.
Yeah,
Music bumping.
they make an exchange. We see Nicolas Cage give him a truffle, and Amir gives him a cooler full of shit just to survive on. There was no money involved, I noticed.
Yeah.
So I think he's just simply like, you keep me alive, I keep you going kind of thing. And he doesn't need much. He clearly doesn't need much. And as the movie goes on, we learn more about his character.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
we give away what? Do
Yes.
we give away what he does right now, or no? Because once you know that he lived probably a pretty lavish life for a while. You know.
Let's drink it in.
Let's just do everything you want to do.
Let's just drink it. It's my
He was a
pick,
chef.
my movie.
He was like a 5-star Michelin chef.
Thanks
Damn,
for listening.
Anthony ruined it. Damn it, Anthony.
What I ruined?
You ruined everything.
Keep going.
So
That doesn't really like. It doesn't ruin anything.
little time
No,
goes by.
I just like that.
We're at
So
night.
he's making a mushroom tart. That was the first one. He was
Mushroom
making.
tart. Thank you.
Mushroom tart.
What the hell's a tart? Tart's a tart. What qualifies a tart?
You're
A tart. I believe a tart is kind of like a fold over kind of thing. Is it like a
Almost like a
pizzone?
Pop-Tart with mushrooms?
A tart, yeah, like a pop tart.
Yeah, it's a pastry of sort.
A pastry, like a filled savory pastry.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
okay.
you guys, you can tell this guy loves food already.
The cooking
just by that.
shots of right. I
Yeah.
mean, it starts with him. It starts with other than the forest shots, the cooking shots were beautiful.
Yeah, Schwartz, you're
Yeah.
working on a cooking show. Can't you appreciate the cooking cinematography?
Dude, I think the cinematography of this
food
movie's
scene?
great. I think the tone of this movie's great. I just think that, I mean, it was just fucking boring. I never quite cared about anything that this guy was doing.
Well, that's because you don't have a heart.
Well,
No, I do have a heart, but you're not supposed to
okay.
have a heart
We'll
until
get
the
there.
end, really,
It's true.
why?
Because I guess
because you
well,
don't know what's happening.
So the next scene is essentially his pig gets stolen at night. His pig is scared at night, and then we hear some noises, people break into the house, steal the pig. He kind of fights back, but is quickly gets knocked down and knocked out. So from there, this is interesting because it seems like it's setting up to be a revenge movie. Does it not? Does it not have
Oh,
that
yeah.
feel?
whole time
Does.
you're
Those are like
the
John
whole time.
Wick.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be a revenge movie.
Every step of the way, it feels like it's going to be a revenge movie.
Right. Even to the point where, so the pig's stolen, Amir comes, or not,
Spoiler,
no, he doesn't,
not a
he doesn't-
revenge movie.
Well, it's not. It's not. But it's just interesting how it makes you feel like it's going to be such. It makes you think this guy's like a badass when like all these little things are there and they're all it's interesting that they make you think one way when it's just not what it is.
Yeah, they make you think this guy's just an old crazy guy living out in the woods with his truffle pig, possibly fucking his pig.
Oh,
And
fuck my pig.
that's
he
the
says
best
it.
line of the movie.
Yeah.
Best line of the movie, and then he actually says, "I don't fuck my pig."
Yeah.
Because Amir accuses him.
So
yeah.
he's on a search for his pig the next
So,
morning.
Yeah.
He's on the search. He's beat up from those dudes, bloody. We see that. Goes into the town that he's nearby. People don't know him at this point. He's clearly been in the woods for, I think at one point they acknowledge it's been like 15 years or something.
Oh, did they say that?
I think at one
15
point they
years,
said it's
damn.
been 15 years, yeah.
Damn.
But his only contact seems to be somehow this kid Amir, who's played by Alex Wolf, who's been doing the truffle biz. He meets him up. They kind of start searching for the pig. They go to some people in the woods that are selling stuff, and like it's interesting because like the conversation that they have with this lady in the woods. This is another little tool to make you seem like it was going to be a revenge movie because like immediately Alex was kind of trying to downplay it, like, oh, we just had a we have to have a conversation with these people. There was a misunderstanding, blah blah. And Nicholas Cage's like, someone took my pig. And she's like, what kind of pig? And he's like, truffle pig. He's like, I know these motherfuckers that took it. And they bring him to these like tweaker type characters.
Who were the pig
who are the pig nappers. They tell,
and this is where, hold on, but this, I'm
Go
gonna
on.
start telling you, this is where I have started having problems with the movie, because what you guys are saying is, obviously, which I understood from after this scene specifically, is that it's not a revenge movie. This dude's not going to inflict violence on the people who he thinks took his pig. And right there is where I was like, so everything that he did in this scene had no weight to it. He's never gonna fucking do anything about his pig being taken, except for keep asking
he
you
just want
about the fucking pig.
The whole movie is about him trying to get his pig back. That's what his
Yes.
goal is. It's his
No, I
goals,
get that.
His goal is
But-
not to do. He just wants his pig back.
I know, but he has to count on other people to do all the fucking work to get the pig back. Like, the only thing he does is like cooks a meal for somebody and makes him cry. Like, that's the only powerful thing his character does the whole
doing
fucking movie.
what he needs to do in his own powers and his own ways to get his pig back. He's not.
Yes, and
in-
I get that.
in a
and
way, it's
completely
very
underwhelming.
Well, it's very grounded in the sense of like, he's not John Wick. He's not going to go fucking kill everyone brutally.
So
like,
you wanted this to be a revenge movie, Schwartz.
Well, I wanted it to at least have some weight to it. Like, because he was never going to do anything really than try to ask you where it is. I just didn't care.
But we didn't know that. We didn't know that the whole time. We didn't know he wasn't going to go crazy.
No, I knew that after the first scene with the tweakers. I knew it right there.
Okay, but
And then in the fight scene when he just gets punched the whole time, I was like, this is dumb.
Okay.
Why is it dumb?
Because there was no weight to it. It didn't matter. He wasn't going to do nothing.
Well,
And
that's
you know
where
that.
that's
You
where
know
I,
it.
I
It's
think
not like, is he, isn't he? It's like, nah, he's not.
you're
Who
still
cares?
wanting it to be a movie that
He's
it's
not going to do anything violent.
and you're not.
but
You got to
he's
accept for what it is.
He's trying to get his pig back. He's doing a lot of things to get his pig back. He's just not inflicting violence on anyone.
He's just walking
what the whole movie's
around
about.
kind of moping and figuring out what to do and not doing.
As you would call traumatized people, he's a big puss.
I wouldn't call it traumatized people big pussies.
Oh, because you did that on one podcast we already had.
Did
Yeah,
I?
which one? Let's go
Which
back.
one? Which
Goodwill
one?
Hunting.
Oh, well, I said
I
some shit
don't-
on Goodwill Hunting.
I
that
don't
bleeped
remember
out,
that,
so.
I'm sure it was for the sake of being hilarious, so it's fine.
It was so funny.
Did you laugh? Did we laugh? Did I laugh? If I laughed, it was funny.
No, I think we talk shit to Schwartz for calling a traumatized character a big puss. I think that's what happened.
What a douchebag.
What a douchebag.
Anyway, what is this big puss doing in this movie now?
Big puss. Wasn't that
So
a
I think
a
that is
character
you-
in Sopranos?
Sopranos, big pussy.
He was. I think you did catch that early, Schwartz. So good job there.
Yeah, good
because
job,
I
Schwartz.
still didn't pick up on that. I noticed that on a second viewing. I kind of had that thought of like, why didn't he fuck those people up? Because you think he's gonna fuck people up this whole time. So I had that thought, I think, the first time I saw it, and then it just kind of kept going. So I kind of let it go.
Yeah, I never. Every step of the way, I was like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna fuck these guys up. Like I asked that question every step of the way. So I don't think that that wasn't obvious to me right away that he wasn't gonna do anything. I thought, maybe once he sees his pig, or he's gonna flip a switch or fucking get a gun, or I don't know.
I will definitely say that this was better on multiple views. I really liked it the first time I saw it, but the more I saw it, the more I got out of it.
I think
Because then I knew what was going on.
I think if I would have went into it not thinking, because everyone was like, this is a great movie. Everyone who's seen it is like, it's great. And then I read about it, like his best. People was like best Nicolas Cage performance in a long time, and he was great. Nicolas Cage was pretty good in this. Like, I'll give him that. Like, a lot of his movies lately are pretty like dials it in. I mean, I watched with Anthony, we watched Color Out of Space, and there's a point in that movie where like halfway through he starts like having an accent at a certain point, and like this was just
That
like the
movie
whole
wild.
way through. The whole
I
way
can't believe
through
you made
was
me watch
insane.
the entirety of that movie.
That movie's pretty good, man. I don't care what you say. That's a creepy fucking movie.
I was considering that one. I didn't really like it, but I was considering doing that for this podcast. But you guys have seen it, so never mind. But
Yeah,
I-
I've
I've
seen
seen
it.
that
that
movie
is a
couple of
fucking wacky one.
Wild movie.
Wacky, wild.
movie.
Nicolas
Not
Cage has been killing
wonderful.
it in the wacky movies of the last like few years. Like he's had a lot for a while. He was just doing like shitty
Nicolas
straight to
Cage is a
DVD action
wacky
movies.
motherfucker.
But lately, like there's this movie Pig, there's Color Out of Space, there's Mandy. I didn't really like Mandy, to be fair.
I
But
thought
it was
Mandy
interesting.
was also overhyped. I couldn't get
Yeah.
into it, but I couldn't get into the director's first movie either, which looked even cooler. And I was like, oh,
Honestly,
all right.
I found
Looked like
Mandy
Tron rated X.
unwatchable. Like it was
It was bad.
it was
It was bad.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
way too much time was spent with that like hippie cult and shit. It
See,
was just it was
liked
bad.
that. I mean, there were cool aspects of it, but it's just never. That movie also never really goes anywhere.
It was one of the few movies I feel
what
like
movie?
I fast forwarded
Mandy.
through.
Oh.
Mandy. Because I
Mandy,
remember,
Brandy, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So anyway,
these interesting one. Wally's Wonderland. Did you see that one or Willy's
I'm
Wonderland?
not gonna watch that. No.
That one was. He talked less in that movie. He actually said nothing in Willy's Wonderland. He didn't have any dialogue.
Yeah. Well, I think the difference is too is that like this character is someone you could you empathize with. Like it's someone that you realize halfway through is like broken, and you're like, well, I hope this dude gets what he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So
Yeah, I think
that's what I loved about this movie is you had to. There was a lot of puzzle pieces kind of scattered about that you had to put together yourself. And watching it multiple times is great, is much better for that. But you like, who is this guy? Why is he out there? He's broken. Why is he broken? What happened? How he's getting the information that he's getting is like, what the fuck is this? There's an underground fight club in the culinary industry in Portland? Like that was fucking insane.
Those guys were culinary guys only?
Yeah, that was all chef. It was a chef.
Oh,
it was a chef fight club.
That's pretty sick.
This
Yeah,
was all about
pretty
like just
cool.
the culinary world. Like it almost made you seem like this weird like underbelly of the culinary world, but I feel like it was again misleading in the sense of like it was probably less than what it made you feel like it was, because you almost like the main character, not the main character, but Amir's dad, who ends up being the guy who, like, he seemed like a mob boss in a way on a first watch, but realistically I realized like no, he's just a top supplier. He's just a
truffle dude.
Yeah, he's just a big name in the industry. That's it. He's not a mob boss. He's not like some
they're
gangster.
showing you the fucking dirty, dark side of culinaryism in Portland.
It's funny too, because I know a few people
tweakers and shit.
No. Well, I've known tweakers, but I also know people that work in the Portland culinary world, and it's very like serious. Like they take it. So I think it's just. Oh yeah. Obviously, this is like a
cooking. The cooking world is insanely serious and professional when you get to that level.
Yeah. And up there
like,
too, like
fucking, it's militaristic the way chefs run.
Even on the show I'm on, dude, like the way that he makes them respond to him, the way that
they respond.
Yeah, yes, chef. And like when you say something, you gotta say heard or heard you, like so that he knows that Like when he comes in and is like, all right, next order, this. Like he wants the meat station to always talk to this station, and that station talks to this station because they have to work in unison. It's like
they have to work in unison. You got
like,
50 tables out there making 100 dishes.
Yeah, it's wild,
and you have to do it all in an hour.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy.
Shit has to be on point.
Yeah, and it's hilarious when like. They like cook raw chicken or something. He'll just walk in and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, so funny. He's like, "Dude, oh my god, it's so funny." It's like I laugh out loud because I'm in a blind, so they can't see me. So I'm just like, like it's so good. Wild anyway, keep going. Yeah, it is wild. It is pretty wild.
So that, from what we learned from the tweakers, though, that's why we got to the city, because the tweaker guys told, what's his name, Robin. That's Nicolas Cage's character, that they sold it to a city guy. They're like, we don't know who it was. We sold it to a city guy. He had a nice car. And so Amir's from the city. Rob tells Amir, take me to the city.
Take me to the city.
And then we quickly get
I don't fuck my pig.
And that sort of leads us to that weird underground fight club thing, which still makes you feel like, okay, this is a crazy gangster movie. Like I'm still in the mindset of like, this is a weird revenge movie. This is like how John Wick had that weird crime underworld.
Did he go to the guy's restaurant first?
He went to the guy's restaurant first to try to get in, and then he was kind of like told him to fuck off, essentially.
Oh yeah, that guy. Okay, but not the chef that he fucking tore down.
No, not yet.
That
No,
happened
he went
after.
to the
Okay,
he went to the
continue.
Fight Club.
So yeah, so he goes to a
first.
guy, and he goes to again very mobby. He goes to that guy. He's like, "Yo, I need some fucking information." And the guy's like, "You don't have any more weight around here. Your name used to be something, but now it's nothing." And he's like, "All right, I'll just go get punched by this dude, and then my name will be something again."
This was the scene that
Dumb as fuck.
I'm a little questionable on too, because it didn't. I don't know. Like I get tonally why it was there, but I don't know why it. For big picture, it was
Holy.
somewhat.
Why he got punched in the face?
Yeah. Why
Well,
did he have to
weird.
get
Now,
punched in the face?
according to what you guys are telling me, is that they're just trying to fucking make you think this is something it's not the whole time, and that's the fucking reason. I mean, now that you say it, it makes sense. Like because you're right, because you the whole time. I mean,
oh, this guy's gonna go down and beat someone's ass and get information, and he doesn't.
Like he's gonna fuck
why?
these tweakers
But
up.
like,
you know what I mean? Like
that-
like for sure. That
was
reason.
a little too on the nose.
See,
then.
I don't because now
Right.
that you told me that was a culinary only Fight Club, that's awesome. No matter
it
what,
made it
If
interesting.
it was a
He
mechanics
explains that when
only
they're
Fight
going
Club,
down
or
there.
if it was a teachers only Fight Club, either way, that's cool. Like, why are these people done? Who cares why? That's just interesting.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun.
Because leading
Like
up to
that. I dig that.
leading up to that, there's an exchange between Rob and Amir. It's
Amir
'cause-
almost takes off.
Yeah, because still at this point, Rob barely fucking talks. He barely says anything to Amir, and Amir kind of gets all pissed off, and he's like, "You're not telling me anything. You want my help? Blah 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 blah. You're probably just this asshole that fucks his pig." And then he just quickly turns. He's like, "I don't fuck my
I don't
pig."
fuck
No,
my-
no,
And
he
then-
didn't-
yeah,
and
he
then
doesn't even do it
turn.
quickly.
He,
He's like,
he does other things.
Oh yeah,
And then he's like, I don't fuck my
and then
pig."
yeah,
As
just
he's walking away.
like a
Yeah,
side
yeah.
note. He's just like,
Yeah.
I don't fuck my.
And
pig."
then he
I
explains.
just want you to know, I don't fuck
Yeah.
my pig. Dude.
Then he explains what's going on, explains the world they're in, and and then that leads up to him finding out his name's Robin Feld. He's this highly regarded chef in the Portland culinary community.
As the
And that's
guy's
why-
leaving, he's like, "Do you even know his real name?"
Yeah. And I think part of the Fight Club is set up because the culinary world, I think it's full of aggression because their job is very hard. And you probably get pissed off all fucking day long about stupid customers you got to deal with. So you probably go down there
And you
after
can't-
work.
and you can't yell at your chef.
Yeah. And then if you have like some boss chef, like you want to take your aggressions out on your boss, this is a perfect scenario. Like, and this guy was the boss of the Portland scene. That's why this guy lays money down to essentially just beat his ass for a minute. And then Robin, I think that's partly is like he needs money, and that's his way to get some money while he's there, but
Yeah.
also to kind of let them know, like, hey, I'm back on the scene. Like I'm around.
Hey,
I'm
boys,
back, and you can come kick my ass
back.
if you want. Here,
'Cause he has that-
Come
I
fuck
will
me
make
up.
you some fucking raviolis.
I will do nothing about it except for say, "Where's my pig?"
Right, because after that, we kind of, as we find his name and people start hearing his name, it has that same John Wick feel of like, oh, John, like people know in that world who John
TikTok,
Wick
Mr.
is.
Wick.
In that world, people know who Robin Feld is,
Yeah,
which I
Robin
found
Feld.
pretty interesting. And that, so he didn't get any information from the Fight Club. So the next thing he's got to go to this place that has like this very upscale restaurant that's known for certain dishes, and that he is pretty sure they got some truffles. And this leads, and he has
Wait,
to
which
get
restaurant
Amir's-
was that? Was that the dude where you guys were just talking about, or is it the one where the guy's all like kind of wacky looking and like
Kind of freaked out. So after
What was that about? So explain that to me. Who was that fucking guy? Why was he so freaked out? Was he like, this dude is this dude? And I've never seen this dude. Is that why?
No. He knew him from the past. I'll explain it. So after the Fight Club, he goes back to
Explain.
Amir's
Got some
house.
explaining to do.
Amir the next morning cooks some breakfast, and that's
Yeah.
sort of like the setup to the new chapter. This is like a 3-course meal. This movie, it's delicious.
It is
Yeah,
a 3-course
we
meal.
didn't say
Yeah.
that. This movie's set up in chapters. We didn't say
Yeah.
that in the beginning.
I did.
Also, have we talked about like, because aren't we slowly seeing things about his wife and Amir's mom that we haven't talked about yet?
I'm gonna get into that right now. I think this is kind of when it starts a little, right here,
Okay.
because they start having this conversation over breakfast. I don't know the exact order or where it goes. I think he knows that where the restaurant he wants to go to,
Mhm.
so he has Amir to get him reservations. That leads into them talking about their family, and Amir
Mhm.
tells him that his mother killed
Yeah,
herself.
killed herself. Yeah.
And
Also, Amir
weird-
can't cook.
Amir can't cook. He doesn't cook much. He just is this kind of wannabe restaurateur. And there's a
He's
lot of little
wannabe
just in
everything.
general. Yeah.
This
He's
is where Amir
his
becomes
car.
like the second guy.
Did you listen to the music he's listening to in his car?
Yeah.
It was why it was like how to listen
why
to classical music. It wasn't even like classical music. It was like how and why you should be listening to
so
classical
hard.
music.
And we kind of realize it's basically just to impress his dad, because his dad's always kind of like, you suck.
He wants to be he wants to impress his dad.
His dad's clearly like a very mean individual, and he kind of implies that the reason his mom probably killed himself is because there was a bad relationship with the parents. And that was part of it, that he told the story about when his parents had the meal. This was all over breakfast, that they had this certain specific meal that they were like the happiest he's ever seen them. Just this one night, had an amazing meal. Best night of their lives, apparently. But we'll get back to that.
Came home. They said we had a bottle of wine. It was the best time we ever had.
Yep.
But I mean, they kind of alluded to as to who cooked that meal.
Oh yeah, I think Amir.
I think he said that to kind of cheer him up a little bit.
Yeah, like that was. Oh, that's right, because he's like, that was your
You're
restaurant.
doing it, Peter.
That was your restaurant. So
He
they kind of acknowledged that.
That was you. And so at this point, we definitely know who this guy Robin is. He's like
he's
this
top
guy's
culinary guy.
This guy's highfalutin culinary genius.
Yeah, well, let's not say he was once. Yeah.
So that'll lead us.
He still is. He just doesn't practice anymore.
He was back in the day.
You don't fucking know, dude.
I seen it.
You don't fucking know.
Yeah.
That because yeah. So that leads us to other scenes where it's Amir. You're trying to get. We're in part 2 now. Amir simultaneously is trying to go get the reservation. He's trying to get hooked up for those reservations that Robin tried to get him to do, because showing the side of Amir that he doesn't really have the connections, but he kind of does. This guy tries to convince this guy to get him reservations. He's very resistant, and it only takes him up until the point of him saying it's for Robin Feld, and then that changes the game.
Well, he tells him too in the conversation before. He's like, "If it doesn't work, if you can give him my name." And Amir looks at him. He's like, "I can give him your name." He's like, "Yeah."
Well, I think that exchange happens actually later.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was another one where they go to get the ingredients later.
Oh, okay.
And at the same time,
he says, "If you can't find it, just use my name."
We
part
see
Nicolas
Nicolas Cage.
By the way, part 2 is called "Mom's French Toast and Deconstructed Scallops."
Oh yeah, that was their breakfast.
Fucking genius writing.
How about an
actually is pretty geniusly written movie?
Who's self-conscious about the way his pee smells?
I like that.
And then Robin goes to visit his own old home, and there's an awkward exchange. I think there's a kid playing in the backyard, and he starts talking to this kid. Imagine being the parents and coming outside and seeing this giant homeless-looking guy like talking to your son.
He's all beat up and shit, bleeding.
Yeah. But he talks to him about the persimmons tree, and they're like a fruit that has to be ripened, and they're only good at a certain time, and something like that. So I think there's some meaning there about like timeliness of how things are.
Well, he was saying that you can't eat them while they're ripe. You got to take them off. You got to cook the tannins out.
Yeah. I thought it was something about time.
Tannins.
About time. No, I know it was about the tannins, but I thought time related to the tannins.
How much time did the tannins take to fucking cook?
Time schmime, dude. Persimmon tree.
So anywho,
time is a flat circle.
They get to that restaurant that Schwartz is so excited about.
Is that Nietzsche?
No, it's fucking Matthew McConaughey.
Niche.
Yeah, he's quoting Nietzsche.
No, I know, but the joke was me pretending not to know it.
Time is a squared circle.
Jokes you being an idiot.
You ruin
you're
every joke, Anthony.
You're hilarious. If the joke's you being an idiot,
every joke.
You're joking all the time.
You ruin every joke.
You didn't even laugh at my last joke.
Which one was it?
So did you wish this was going to be a John Wick every time he had a new situation?
No, I just wish there was a little bit more weight to it. I just wish I cared a little bit more about this guy finding his pig, which, I mean,
you just
the
don't
thing
care.
was is that the thing was is that I didn't really.
Nicolas Cage wasn't a giant piece of shit.
I didn't care
so
about
Schwartz
Amir
had a problem
either.
relating to him.
We don't know that he
didn't-
wasn't
he
a
didn't
giant piece of
care.
shit.
Listen, this is the thing. You don't know that. Most people in that situation probably are giant pieces of shit.
Yeah, he ain't
So
fucking
anyway.
pig. You probably would.
I didn't care about Amir either. I was just
Hey,
like,
I'm living in the woods
fuck
long
this
enough.
guy.
What are you gonna do, right?
Because you're racist.
Fuck this guy, Amir. Like, who cares about this guy? Like, he's just a little bitch.
I got more to say about that.
All right, whatever. Go ahead.
All right, so they get to this new restaurant, and this is a very fancy restaurant. Hot ticket, trying to get on their lunch menu.
And whose restaurant? Whose restaurant is this? Is Adam Arkin's restaurant?
No, this is not Adam Arkin's restaurant. This is the guy they meet. He's like, let me talk to the chef, and then the dude comes out,
I think
and then
they see on the menu that he's got a new truffle thing going on. Or
Yeah.
he knows somehow that there's truffles going on. So he got truffles from somewhere. So
And does Nicolas Cage say to him? And does Nicolas Cage say to him, "Where's my pig?"
Yeah, he says
yeah
that to
at some
everybody.
point, but
Man,
after
that's all he says. That's the whole fucking.
no, he
He
breaks
wants
this guy
to
fucking
find
down,
his
man.
pig, Schwartz.
Yeah, but make it more.
This is
like,
one of the best scenes.
What if it was
man.
his son? What if it was his daughter?
I mean, it's been done before. It'd be boring too.
Why? Because he doesn't have a certain set of skills.
Because he's not murdering people. That's
No,
why.
because he just doesn't. He does. There's no weight to it.
Because there's
Like,
no murder.
There's no. What
No
does that
weight.
mean? There's no weight to it.
Like,
There
why
is
do
we
weight
we
to it.
don't
He's trying to
know
find his
what
beloved
love
animal.
feels like.
That's true, actually.
That is not true.
You don't.
Everybody
you can't,
loves
you don't
me.
know
I
love.
This movie is about
You're
love
incapable
and
of
loss,
love.
You guys love me.
and then
Everybody
further
listens loves me.
acceptance.
I get it. I love that you guys love me.
You're
You
incapable.
say you don't love me?
I'm saying you're incapable of love. This got a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes.
So you're agreeing that you guys love me, but I can't love you back?
Yeah, that's probably the case.
yeah,
that actually
it makes
sense.
me sad to say that
Yeah.
that is accurate. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that is.
yeah. We probably actually do love you as a
You
friend. but
nailed
you-
it on the head,
you,
Schwartz.
you have no feelings for us.
That is so not true. You guys are the coolest. All right. What is
Part 2: Mom's
miraculously-
French toast and deconstructed scallops. Is that
What
what
is,
he cooks for?
I think that's what the that's what the kid cooks for Nick.
So he
Cage.
goes in there. He sits down. He's like, "Give me your fucking food," and then he
Yeah.
eats some. He like rudely eats food with his hand.
Yeah.
Um,
I need to talk to the chef.
and then he asks for the chef, and then
Yeah.
the chef comes out.
Yeah, and the chef recognizes him
Once he looks
And-
at him, yeah,
once he realizes
he
yeah,
does one of these. He does one of these.
Yeah, and Nick Cage tells him like, "Yeah,
You
you
looked
were
at me like that. I'd
you
be
were
like,
a
what the
prep cook.
fuck?
That's a
You were a
good
prep
Nick
cook
Cage.
at my
though. Did you see my
restaurant for
eyes?
2 weeks. That was good.
No, Nick Cage does
Nick?
not look like a psychopath.
If you had long
Yes, he
hair,
does.
if you had long dirty
No,
hair,
Nick Cage is the definition
Same
of
guy.
psychopath.
I don't know. Steve Buscemi is more the definition of psychopath.
Yeah,
yeah.
Man,
If
I-
we're talking about
if
if we're
Steve
talking about
Buscemi
Con
looked at me
Air,
like, if Steve Buscemi
No.
looked at me like that, I'd be like,
yo, crazy eyes. What's going on?
I thought he was casting a spell on me. Guess he could have been just waving.
What is that from?
Mr. Deeds.
Sorry, go
All
ahead,
right,
Jake.
Keep going. What's up with this
Go
pig?
ahead,
Hey, hey,
Jake.
where's his pig? Where's some great shots of this pig running around, you know?
The pig was
we
kidnapped.
find out later, dude. The
I
kid
know,
was
I
fucking
know,
kidnapped.
but I want
All the good shots were in the beginning.
Yeah, the shot, dude, the shot when he goes past the house through the wood boards into the door and he's standing there,
Yeah.
that was epic. That was a great
Beautiful.
shot.
Beautiful
Great,
shot movie.
Great
beautiful, great,
Great shot.
great.
But it's
Here,
still-
let's
it's a
see
great shot.
Oregon's
what
a
did I
beautiful
give it
place.
for cinematography? I gave it an 8.1.
Dude, that's pretty good.
It's very specific.
Very specific.
I'm a specific fucking dude.
You're
yeah.
very specific when you're fucking dudes, that's for sure.
Hey yo, got him.
Anyway,
Got him in the butt.
I don't fuck my pig. Anyway, keep going.
So this fucking
But
guy,
we're still
this
learning.
fucking
We're
chef.
learning. We are now we've already know who he is, where he comes from, and now seeing this guy's reaction to him, we're learning the reverence that people
Yes.
have for him, the chefs have for him. Go ahead, Jake.
The
Take
chef
it away.
gets moi.
Yeah.
Take it away.
And this actually kind of starts introducing this other part of the fact that Nicolas Cage has this really specific memory, because he was talking about how this guy worked for him for 2 weeks and he overcooked pasta and he fired him, and this was like years ago. And that
This is
even
the guy who owns the restaurant now. You're
yeah
talking
yeah
about?
yeah, it's the
Okay.
guy he's talking to. That's the chef of this restaurant.
Word.
I don't know if he's the owner per se, but he's the
Yeah,
chef
I
of the
meant to say
restaurant.
chef. Yeah.
So he kind of breaks down this guy like, do you really enjoy cooking this shit? Do you really like it? Because I recall that you wanted to open English pub. He's like, what do you want to cook there? And he was like, wanted to cook some weird like liver egg type fucking thing. I don't know what it was.
Some English shit.
Some weird English shit. So this guy, he just kind of crumbles and he just like realizes that. And then also Nicolas Cage like opens up about like none of this shit's real. He's like, really all it is it's what you want. It's like, why are you doing what these other people want? And this just strikes a nerve with this guy. And that's eventually where I think he just reveals that the guy who has the pig is Amir's dad. He's the top dog of this culinary world. And he's like, he's not someone you want to make angry, which to me it always made it seem like this guy was like
right out
no,
that it was his.
No,
the guy
he didn't
told him it was his dad.
He didn't say it was the dad though, but he's like he's not someone you want to make angry. Yeah, and I think that's when they cut to the parking lot where it's Amir and Robin talking about, okay, yeah. He's like, I didn't mean to tell him, or like, I'm sorry, like he found out, like I didn't think he was gonna take your pig, blah blah. He's like, take me to him. So we eventually, Nicolas Cage gets taken to Darius, who is Amir's dad, who's this like
Alan Arkin's son.
Yeah, it was like this top dog restaurateur guy or supplier at least for the restaurant dudes.
And at this point we're like, all right, he's gonna go and kill Adam Arkin and get his pig back.
He's some in the business side of it all. I don't know exactly what it is because I think Amir is trying to be a restaurant supplier. So I'm thinking his dad also is that too. Like I think he's just trying to be his dad.
He said they do the same thing. I think I don't know what they supply, but if not only the truffle, I think they're just truffle suppliers. I think that's their main game.
It could be it.
Because they talk about how that's a booming industry. They talk about that. They're like they say that like 6 times.
Especially for the hipsters in Portland, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I have a buddy that moved up to Portland with a pig.
Yeah, I think we all know him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jimbo.
You got a tattoo from him. Shout out to
Jimbo.
Shit.
I forgot about Jimbo, man. What's he up to?
Dude. He's up in fucking Portland truffle hunting with his fucking pig.
Oh shit. What is his name again? Chumu or Mushu or
Choom.
Choom, yeah.
Yo, that was
so nice. He named it twice. We knew that thing when it was a little baby. Now it's huge.
Yeah.
She, whatever.
The pig in this movie was cuter though. This pig had a little like alien face. It looked like fucking Worf.
This was This was like purebred show pigs.
No offense to Shim
half fucking Klingon. Jake goes. No offense. For all our pig listeners, we're not hating on Choom Choom, okay?
Fuck no,
badass.
We love Choom Choom.
Choom Choom's a good guy.
But this was a purebred.
Choom Choom's the man. Shout out to Choom Choom.
Shout out to the Choom.
I think when we say shout out to the big cow, we also now gotta say shout out to Choom Choom. Just how it goes.
Shout out to Choom Choom.
All right, I'm with that. So what else is this boring ass movie doing now?
This is when the face off happens. No, just joking.
He's talking to Adam Arkin.
I'll give you 25 grand.
The supplier.
Get the fuck out of here.
Adam Arkin told him basically tells him to fuck off. Yeah.
The reason I also remember they do the same thing, and it's probably truffles, is because he didn't want to go to that restaurant because it was his dad's territory, and he didn't they didn't cross paths.
Right.
They had that little conversation, which kind of led us to know that Adam Arkin's an a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then doesn't he go see his mom right after this part? Or what happens to this part, Jake? Keep going.
Yeah, so there's I want my pig back, and he's like, I'm gonna give you money for your pig, and you can
25 grand.
Go fuck yourself and go get yourself another pig.
Buy yourself a new pig.
Which is interesting knowing the fate of the pig later, but we'll get back to that. So he just kind of kicks him out of the house.
Spoiler.
Yeah, kicks him out of the house, and at some point, yeah, you're right. They do split up. And he
basically tells him after that part, he's like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to know you no more. Like, get out of here. I'm going home.
But Nicolas Cage gives Amir a list of sorts. And that's when he says the whole thing of like, yeah, you can use my name. If anyone doesn't have something, just use my name. So they start.
Go get everything on this list, which in my head, I was like, it's baseball bats, chains.
Yeah. It's fucking up Alan Arkin time.
Bullets.
Adam Arkin time. Fucking up Adam Arkin time.
Fucking up Alan Ruck.
Oh, yeah. So within this search, we do see Amir go visit his mom, which we find out, okay, she is alive.
She's alive,
She's not dead, which he implied, but
she's in.
Well, he talks.
She's
This scene
comatose.
was actually one of my
comatose, yeah.
favorite scenes in the movie because how it played out. Because he's talking to a door in a hospital,
yeah,
and he's like, "Hey, in there, like this happened today, and I saw Dad, and I was thinking about the smell and all that because he smelt the cooking too because he was there and shit." And you're like,
Yeah,
what's
he
going
he
on?
doesn't he can't
And
even go in
then
and see her.
the
right?
nurse comes and says, "Hey, I'm gonna change her tracheotomy. I'm gonna clean her tracheotomy thing." And he's like, "Do you want to see her?" And he goes, "No." And then the door like slowly closes, and you just see him staring at her. But the shot's only on him. You never see what the mom looks like, which I thought was pretty
And
good
he said
filmmaking. That was good directing. That scene was directed really
yeah,
well.
he says, "I wish Dad would let you die."
Yeah,
I think that's an important note.
yeah. I didn't remember that. That's pretty strong.
yeah, he does say that.
That's pretty strong.
Because she's a vegetable. She's just in there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that really shows what his dad's clinging on to. I mean, this movie's about grief. This movie's about people dealing with grief in their own fucking ways. And Nick Cage's way is cooking dope meals and living out in the forest.
So with the mom, because they don't actually say what happened. I'm guessing the implications are she tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
But it didn't work, and now she's just in a coma. That's kind of what I believe. It doesn't directly say that, but I gotta think that's what it is.
That's another one of those things. Is there's just all these puzzle pieces. It took at the end of the movie. I sat there for a minute. I was like, so who the fuck was this person? Who the fuck was this person? Like, it took me a while to put everything together. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. It made me, and it wasn't.
Maybe I should have watched it twice.
It wasn't like it wasn't
I think
riveting, but it there was enough to it that kept me at least interested, kept me putting the pieces together myself.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I liked it so much.
I like the way it unfolded.
Yeah. Especially because on the first watch, you are thinking one way. You are thinking it's this revenge movie. But then on the second watch, knowing it's not, you watch the pieces come together really beautifully. It's
who's Adam
really
Arkin's wife? What happened to her? What happened to Lori? Like who's Lori? Nick Cage's wife? What happened to her? There's a lot of questions. Where's the fucking pig?
Yeah.
That scene when Amir goes to get the right here where he goes to get the wine, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Then he meets the lady at the morgue, or not the morgue, the mausoleum. And he's like, I'm saving the spot next to his wife for him. That was a pretty interesting scene. That was a cool scene.
Because at that point, Amir had no idea. Because there's even a point where it's like, oh, is this all your wine? It's like, oh, this used to be Robin and Amir's.
Yeah.
Or Robin and Lori's. And he's like, who's Lori? And then
he sees her,
see the grave.
Her name, yeah.
And at that point, like you still don't really know what's going on. So I found that to be really interesting how it pieced it all together, and like you're kind of still unsure of who this is, but
I thought they were gonna have like a connection. I thought the love interest, Lori, I thought they were gonna I thought they were both gonna know that person, and they were both trying to get over. Like it was Amir's maybe it was what's his name, sister, Adam Arkin's sister or something, but it wasn't. It was just two separate griefs.
Yeah, just two separate but connect. Like just the similarities were there, obviously.
Yeah,
because it's one losing the other's wife and having to let go, essentially. Because Alan Arkin really never let go, and clearly because he's keeping his wife on life support. And and there's another part too where I thought it was really just a little beautiful scene. It wasn't really anything too interesting, but it was just Nicolas Cage also getting another piece of the ingredients to go to a bakery, and like I loved how it was shot. It was just this wide shot of them just having this conversation, and I just loved how it played out. And then
that was his daughter.
No, that was just I think it seemed to be Lori's like old partner. It sounded like, because as he was leaving the bakery, he didn't say much the whole time. As he was leaving the bakery, he kind of glanced. He's like, "You took down the curtains," and she's like, "Yeah, Lori always wanted it like that."
Oh yeah, she's like, and he said,
"It's better."
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
that's what he said, yeah.
Like very, very few words. He always was very few words.
Yeah, well, I love that scene. I fucking love that scene. I thought it was his daughter.
No, I think it was just a colleague.
Okay,
just a very because there's
That's what I I don't know the way that it seemed like, but yeah, I guess there was nothing to say that really, but the way that she kind of talks at him, and then he's like, "Did you still making that salted baguette?" Which I think is what it goes, because part 3 is a bird, a bottle, and a salted baguette. And
my second favorite chapter.
My second favorite salted situation. He and then she gives him like some kind of tart or something, and then he's like, "Can I get another one?" And she slides it over, and he picks one up. He's like, "No, not that one." And then he like throws it down and picks another one up and takes that one and then walks out. I thought that was great.
Yeah, because that kind of goes, because the things he cares about are what matter, and he kind of touches on that earlier. Like, you only get so many things to care about.
That was just, I wonder if he ad-libbed that part of like, I'm a chef, I'm only gonna get the best one. Like,
this movie,
like, he just kind of throws it away and like picks the other one up.
There were so many like intricacies to this movie that I don't know. I think everything was very like precise.
I think I gotta watch it again.
You should. I really think you should.
I don't think you watch it at all. You coming in with the Georgie look.
Yesterday. I haven't seen any.
Shout out to Georgie.
Shout out to
our
Georgie.
Revolutionary in the cone game.
Yeah. First POC in the CG.
It's actually COG game.
You should get Anthony.
I was just going CG.
You're right.
Anthony, you should make like a document, like a award certificate that says that. Send it to George.
First POC of the Geo of the Geo.
Yeah. I'd like get a picture of like Jake like holding a cone up. That would be fucking awesome.
A trophy. It's a trophy, but the trophy is Jake holding a cone.
Please get that for sure. 3D print a little trophy of that. That's a George. That would be. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
First POC of the GOC, dude.
Why is a white guy on the trophy then?
Hey, because
because you're the creator. So I mean, if you weren't the creator, then
yeah. Sorry, a white guy made the game.
Yeah, don't forget to put you onto that.
White people doing things for everybody.
Sorry, a white guy made the game, but like we know, Georgie is really good at the game. White guy made it.
I played with
perfected it.
Joey was actually pretty good at it too when we played.
Joey's an athlete.
Yeah,
he's just an athlete.
All right.
He's like good at things. All right. When you're that handsome, shit just works out for you. Even Game of Cones.
Game of Cones. Anywho, should we get back to? We're almost. Yeah. We're at the third chat. We're getting there. We're in
part 3. A bird, a bottle, and a salted baguette.
So he's collected all of the things he needs. He's collected.
Oh no, I'm not recording.
Bottle. He's collected the salted baguette. So it's him and Amir making food together in the beautiful kitchen.
So he's now
kind of teaching doing little things,
He's teaching Amir,
kind of setting him up as like sous chef in a way. So they make this meal, and then we see Amir again speaking through a door, addressing his father. "Hey, Dad, we made you dinner. Come on down."
It's a beautiful cooking scene.
His dad,
they're cooking squab.
Yeah,
it must have been fucking horrific for you, Jake, but it was very beautiful.
Some parts made me uncomfortable because there's some animal abuse, but I looked past it since it's a beautifully made movie and a really well told story.
They were dead animals.
Well, since I'm a beautiful person, you should look past my abuse of animals too, because I eat meat.
I thought you're on a colon cleanse.
Don't send me things. Well, I'm not saying I'm eating meat right now, but
meat's not good for the colon, bro.
Yeah, I get that, but don't send me those things on Instagram. Okay?
Shorts, we know you got a fucked up colon.
Stop sending me those things.
Oh, the truth? You want me to start telling you the truth? Is that the problem? You can't handle the truth?
I can handle all kinds of truths. You want some truths? Stop sending me those things, or you'll kill you.
Just not the cow spirit.
I'll post what I want on Instagram. Maybe if you
can
just
post what you want, just don't send me them in my DMs.
Well, stop abusing animals, and I'll stop sending you videos of animal abuse.
Oh my god! I mean, I don't abuse animals. I eat meat, so I don't personally.
Stop contributing to animal abuse, and I'll stop sending you pictures of contributions to animals. I'm just sending you pictures of what you're giving money to. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
I've seen the pictures.
You're probably doing a little picking and choosing of the worst shit, though. Let's be honest.
Well, I try to get poignant things that send a message.
I've seen a lot of those videos, man. I get it.
Hey, shit's fucked up, man. But we're humans.
Everyone go vegan. Anywho, this was a beautifully shot
Go
scene.
vegan.
Regardless, I'm sure they used fake chickens.
At least flexitarian.
So he's talking to the dad through the door. And I think the important part is then when he opens the door is when his dad takes him serious. It's like, all right, he means what he's doing now, because he's such a timid character. This
You're
Amir.
doing it, Peter.
So they come down, and again, going back to the thinking it's a revenge movie. This whole time, I thought this was like a fucking poisoned meal. Honestly,
I
like,
thought that
when
too
he-
for a
when he was
second.
watching
Really?
it,
I thought
did.
that
he was
too
just
for
gonna
a
kill
second.
all three of them.
No, I thought they maybe made his plate specific. But then when they both drank wine, I'm like, is he doing a double suicide? And then I'm like,
See,
dude,
I thought maybe he would kill Amir in front of the dad to get revenge.
What?
dude, but knowing what
I think
this
now,
was.
yeah, at this point, I was sure he was not going to get
Okay.
revenge.
I was still on
at
like,
this
is this a
point,
revenge
I
movie?
mean, this is the end of the movie, and he has done nothing.
How
At
great would
this
it be
point,
though if in the end he
he
just,
just
kills
stands up
everybody?
and shoots him, Sicario style?
Because maybe
Awesome.
he only he's thoughtful with his revenge. He only wants to get the guy who actually has it. And at this
Yes.
point, we know
Yes.
Darius is the guy who has the pig, or so
Yeah.
we think.
Yes.
So I'm still
Or
thinking
he at
he's
least
gonna fucking
knows
kill
where
this
it
guy.
is.
Yeah, or at least knows where it is.
Where's
At this
my
point, I
pig?
don't think he's gonna kill him. At this point, I know his tactic. He's going to be cooking. He's going to be doing what he's good at to get the information that he needs.
He's making him the meal that
He's making him the
Amir
meal.
told him about earlier, where
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
and his wife had the best time.
Oh,
And what
yeah.
was beautiful about that scene is like seeing the realization in that character. Like as he was eating it, there was something familiar, but once he took the sip of wine, because the
Yeah.
only thing he actually said during the scene was like, your son found this wine.
He said that.
Yeah. And took the sip. You could see like the emotion wash over him. I thought it was beautiful.
And then he explained to him. He said,
Yeah.
"I remember every fucking meal I make, bro."
Yeah. Well, Adam Arkin
Alan Ruck.
gets all teared up, runs into the other room crying, and then Robin follows him, explains that whole thing.
Oh, then he said he runs away and he's like, "Hey man."
And at this point, unfortunately, we learned that the pig is dead. And this is interesting because this is also
And
one of
that
the only
pissed
times.
me off so bad. 'cause I
that
was
story
like,
is
we're not even
important,
gonna
though. He's
hold
like,
on though.
when he
But I
tells
was
him.
like, we're not even get to see the fucking pig again. Like we went through all this, we're not even get to see the fucking pig again. I was so
Yeah.
pissed. I
At
was
this
so
point,
pissed.
I
guns are
love that
coming
he
out.
was. Yeah, no, I didn't realize that the pig was dead. But again,
like,
still
fuck.
thinking that the pig was alive. But also, an important note there is seeing the reaction to Nicolas Cage. Like this is the only time in the movie we really see him break, because he's getting his ass kicked a few times and going through a bunch of bullshit, and he's just still like stoic as fuck. He breaks down in tears at this point when
Yeah.
when he finds out his pig
Well,
is
and
dead.
before when he was asking him to get the ingredients, he was like, "Why the fuck are we doing all this?" And he just goes, "I fucking love that pig, dude."
Yeah.
That's
Oh, because we
all
did
there is
realize.
to it.
Yeah,
I
we.
fucking
But
love
yeah,
that pig.
he tells him he doesn't need the pig to find the
yeah,
truffles.
truffles. That's right.
Which I
Yeah.
thought was actually pretty awesome when he says that,
Yeah.
because the guy's like, "Then why the fuck have we done all this?" He's like,
Yeah,
"Love that pig, man."
he said, "I don't need the
And-
truffles to find the pig."
You got the
actually-
trees. The trees
Fuck.
do it. He said.
And
He just knows. He
rewatching it,
fucking knows.
they actually show that.
Yeah, in the very beginning,
Yeah, which I found kind
yeah,
of
the pig's
kinda
just
cool.
running around. He
Yeah.
like looks up at the tree. There's a shot up at the trees, and then
Yeah.
he starts digging.
And then the pig comes over, smells it. He's like, good find, girl. And like,
Yeah.
credits the pig because he's
It's a
because he's
truffle
a
pig.
sweet guy.
And it's a truffle pig. That's like, and it's a booming industry. I don't know if you know, it's a booming industry.
It's supposedly a booming industry, and it's real artisanal.
I don't fuck my pig. So yeah, the guy Adam Arkin, he after the tear jerking story, he's like, "I remember every meal I make, like for your wife, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, I love you, blah blah blah." But Adam knows his story too, though. Knows Rob's story, I guess, because he's just a bigwig in the culinary.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And honestly, that's what at first I was wondering, like, then why did he try to offer him money to tell him to fuck off? I think he did that simply out of respect for him.
Yeah.
Out of like he didn't want to have this guy suffer such a loss, or like, whatever it is. He wanted to be a business guy. So he essentially is paying for the pig.
He went to jack the pig. He got caught. Now he's gonna pay for it.
Yeah. And and I think that's a respectful thing in a way, because the whole time he's still just sounding like the mob boss when you're just realizing like, oh, he's just this businessman. He can control his emotions well. He even says that in that scene. He's like, I control my emotions well, and I'm gonna just pay you for this pig. And he never, at that point, he doesn't reveal that the pig's dead, which is interesting. But he reveals that later once they have that emotional connection.
Yeah, and the pig was definitely dead by then. I think it just died in the tweaker's hands. Right? They just fucking killed it on accident.
I
So
think
it wasn't
so.
even like. It. That was. It was a very. I was a little angry too when I was like, "What the fuck?"
I
What
agree.
the
I
fuck?
would have liked the pig to survive.
Obviously,
Yeah, that
but
pissed me off.
but
I want to see that pig again.
but I appreciate that ending because then how did it go? How did it end? Did he stands up and he shoots Adam Arkin in the face with a shotgun?
Yeah, no, he just goes home. They cut
Just
to
goes home.
a
He
cut.
just
They
goes,
cut to
okay.
a weird out
Fuck,
of
man. See
a
you
car
later.
cam scene of his hair waving in the air, and then him and Amir have dinner, and they kind of
It cuts from him
realize-
crying to the
yeah.
car scene. Like you don't even see anything except for him
Yeah.
crying until he's in the car. And that was a good shot. That was a cool shot. Very creative shot.
Creative.
And essentially, yeah, Nicolas Cage just acknowledges like, okay, well, see you Thursday, and walks home and goes home and plays a tape,
And his
and
wife singing Bruce
tape.
Springsteen.
Yeah,
Which he
And
tried to
it's-
play earlier on. So we did know that he was that. I mean, that kind of gave it away that she was dead
Yeah.
early on, but
we didn't know the story.
We know she
though.
was
There
dead.
was,
We just
like,
knew
something that
somebody
was
he was missing somebody for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
missing you.
Again, like seeing it all like coming together on a rewatch is just, it's so cool. It's such a
The song was
well
great
crafted
choice.
movie.
The
yeah.
song was a cool choice too. Like it fit for some reason really well. Yeah, I need to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
After listening to you guys talk about it and the way you really had an effect on you, it does sound like I need to watch it again.
In that conversation, I keep going back to it where he's like, I remember every meal I make. Because he said something to him about his wife. He's like, did you do this ever since? Can't remember what the line was, but it was like,
Wait,
you've
what
done
scene are you
this
talking about?
ever since she died, and
Yeah, or have
he
you
was
been like this? Yeah, have you been like this ever
yeah,
since
that's
she died?
right. And then he was like, yeah, have you? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
that, and I was, so they it was definitely a mutual respect.
They essentially
in the
both
grief
lost their life.
situation,
And,
yeah. And then that's when he's like, oh man, listen, fucking, I'm sorry, but your pig's dead. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. How about when he like in the beginning when after he gets his pig stolen and he goes and undoes his truck and jumps it, starts it up and like drives 10 feet and it just dies. He's
Right.
like, get out and hoof it. Oh, that was
A lot
pretty
of
funny.
funny parts.
There was minor comedy in this. Minimal comedy, I mean. But it was good. And then so yeah, at the end, his pig dies, and is he gonna get his revenge? No. He came looking for his pig. He couldn't. It turns out it's not gonna work out the way he wants. So he is gonna live with it. And that's just the way it is. You know, oh, pig's dead. Well, that sucks. I'm very sad. But I'll see you Thursday, dude.
Maybe
Life goes on.
Maybe him looking up at the end, listening to the song, to the sky. Maybe it was him being like, maybe I'll like change my ways now. Maybe I'll forgive everything and not have to be such a grief-stricken loner. You know?
Maybe,
That was
maybe
the thing,
not.
I think he's just gonna stay in that little place by
Oh,
himself.
he's out there. He's staying out there, dude.
Right. And there was the scene where he actually finally bathed himself, because throughout the whole movie, he never washed the blood off of him.
Yeah, even in the
Yeah.
end when he's cooking,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what was
he-
your? I broke up for a second. What was your? So you think he's just gonna stay
blood's
out there?
chipping off into that food.
I think he's just staying out there.
Yeah, he's a loner,
All right.
He's also, I
but
think
he's a
there's
little happier.
some trauma about like the
No, he's way sad.
end of the world and things like that too. So I think that's something that he thinks about, because he kind of went on some like rant about how there was going to be like an earthquake and a giant flood and
He's gonna
Yeah,
find
I
and
do
all this
remember
shit.
that.
And that kind of like is like
Oh, yeah.
part of the reason why he left. But clearly he's just dealing with grief, and I think that his loss of his wife was clearly triggering to him going into all that. Like there's just a lot of little
burn.
just the nuances of his character are just really cool how they lay it out in this movie.
They lay it out in little
Yeah.
pieces that were a joy to put together,
Mhm. It's like an onion, layers.
layering like a parfait.
Yes,
Who doesn't like parfaits?
like persimmons. You have to cook them specifically in a way so what loses its parsnips. What are they fucking called? Tannins.
Persimmons. You gotta
Tannins,
cook the
yeah.
tannins out of them.
I can cook the tannins out. You gotta, make it specifically.
I'm gonna cook the
perfect.
tannins out of you.
My grandma used to eat the parsnips out of the turkey.
Parsnips. The what?
Persimmons, dude. They're like tomatoes.
Neither of those are in a turkey.
Yeah, parsnips.
Parsnips?
It's not the same thing.
Parsnip is a
Yeah.
vegetable.
Google it.
It's not a persimmon. We're talking persimmons, dude.
That's
Persimmon's
not
a
what I'm
fruit.
talking. I'm not talking parsimmons. I'm talking parsnips.
Yeah,
What's a
we're talking-
parsnip?
Persimmons are part of the movie. What the fuck does this have to do with parsnips? Just talking
What's a
about parsnips for, bro.
Schwartz?
The fuck is a parsnip, dude?
Are
What
you
is it?
frozen? Can you tell me what a parsnip is?
I don't even know what a parsnip is.
This motherfucker
My
doesn't know what
connection's
parsnips
really
is.
unstable right now.
Yeah, good excuse. I don't know the answer to the question. Oh, my internet's bad. I don't know.
Pretty sure parsnip's like a vegetable.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, pig. That's it. It's not the John Wick. It's not the Liam or the what's Liam Neeson's movie? The
Taken.
Gray. Taken. It's not the John Wick. It's not the Taken. It's not the revenge movie Schwartz was hoping for, but it was a great movie. It was an anti-revenge movie.
It was.
This is like the Full Metal Jacket of revenge movies.
You know what? This got me. I can't take credit for this idea because I think I heard something. It was either a podcast or a YouTube video about how this movie was very meta and sort of like a commentary on the film industry. And like, think about how Nicolas Cage's character,
He was
like,
like Weinstein.
yeah, no, Nicolas Cage was like himself. How he was sort of like, he used to be this big name, kind of got washed up, kind of went into obscurity, but his name is still his name. People still know the name Nicolas
put some
Cage.
respect on it.
And the director was in a way like a mirror. And he was trying to be this thing. He was trying to make this certain movie. And he was like, maybe he was trying to make a revenge movie, but he made it in his own way. Or he was expected to be a certain way. Or something like that. And he kind of like, and he had to use that tape of classical music to like define himself of like, all right, I got to make this like really artsy, cool thing. But it turns out to be something else, you know,
That's deep.
yeah. And it just made me think of like, oh, that'd be really interesting if the director had like that much insight to like the film industry, even like to the point where Amir's dad represented almost a guy like Weinstein, represented like the big budget companies that were not letting these like little small name actors or directors kind of come up. And he was like, he was pushing this little guy down and not letting him come into the scene. I just found like that thought was like cool. I'm like, oh yeah, that could be partly there.
It's bullshit.
Sounds like bullshit.
Sounds like
And it
bullshit to me.
No,
Just
well,
kidding. That's a
There's
deep
some,
thought.
there was something to it. I liked that thought. I didn't have a whole lot of time to like digest it and really make points on it. But
yeah, that was
was
that's
cool.
that is a
that's something. That sure is
that is
something.
an elaborate deconstruction of that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah.
A deep deconstruction. I gave it a 5.714 on my rating scale.
Oh,
5.7.
5.714.
That's not that good.
Yeah, I was surprised too, but the numbers is the numbers.
even after an 8.1 in cinematography.
Yeah, 8.1 cinematography. Yeah, a 7.9 in acting.
7.9.
What were the low numbers?
The lowest numbers was the end. I thought I gave the end a 5.4.
The end was definitely underwhelming.
And then
I found this movie very underwhelming. But maybe I gotta
watchability, I
watch it
gave a
again.
5.9. Those are my lowest.
But you were just the one arguing how great the movie is and how it's like
It's a
an
good movie.
anti-revenge movie. So how you
It's
give
a good
it
movie.
5.7?
I still think Anthony's
the
rankings
like
on
this.
this are
the
wacky.
numbers are the numbers. Because am I gonna watch it again? Like I'm not gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm like it's not gonna be a movie where I'm like, oh shit, Pig's on, dude. Let's watch.
I watch it
Pig.
every day. It's only an hour and a half. It's a quick watch.
It is. It's
Makes
a
you
great
feel
movie.
good,
But
makes you
I'm just
smart.
telling. That's just my watchability score. I'm sorry. Fucking.
Makes you-
I'm
makes
just,
you a
the
better
numbers is the
person.
numbers. In my head, I liked The Last Duel. I mean, I liked this better than The Last Duel. They're right next to each other, but The Last Duel got a higher score. So the numbers is the numbers, and it makes sense. But in my head, I was like, how the fuck did I give this a lower score than the Last Duel? Because the numbers don't lie.
That's definitely
that's why.
That's definitely Anthony's T-shirt for the show. Is the numbers is the numbers.
The numbers don't lie.
What happened to This Movie Sucks is a T-shirt?
Oh,
This
that's a good
movie
one,
didn't
too.
suck. That's why I didn't say
Yo,
that.
You never
Anthony,
say it.
Anthony, make those shirts and then just tell me how much they are, and I'll Venmo you.
All right,
Just make like 100 of them.
it's gonna be a lot of money.
Is it? How much do you think it'll be?
I don't think it's 100. I don't know. Maybe like
All right,
25.
make like 20 then. Make like
Yeah,
20.
Let's make like 20. Let me see what the
Yeah.
lowest bulk order is.
Um,
Make that.
yeah,
numbers is
alright,
the
cool.
numbers.
That movie sucked. I think we should make 2 separate ones. Because those are both really funny. But that movie sucks. This movie is pretty funny. That's pretty good.
Is it that
So
movie
anyway, keep
sucks
going.
or this movie sucks?
Where do I rate this?
Yeah, where you rank it, dude?
Let's rank it.
I ranked.
I'm
You
gonna
rank
go
already?
70.
You
I ranked,
already
dude.
ranked?
You going 70? Shit, you
70.
hate this movie.
How many?
Going
How many
70.
do we have now? 89.
We have 80. This is gonna be the 90th movie.
What?
Yeah, wow.
My 90th favorite movie.
Let me look at the list here.
wait,
90,
I think
huh?
Oh no, my bad. Oh, that's 89th. My bad.
My 89th second favorite.
What do you got? So Schwartz is 70 out of 89.
I will give this movie a rewatch and maybe get back to that, but I don't really care about the rankings that much, so probably not.
My second favorite.
I think I accidentally deleted a rank, but I don't know where it was.
Oh
my was it?
god.
I deleted one of my movies accidentally because I was moving shit around. Oh, well.
How many casualties will it be? Blah blah blah. That's a number I'm willing to take.
That's a number I'm willing. That's a number I could live with.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, that's a number I can live with. We should probably do the Madagascar trilogy.
2
at some
unaccounted
point, too.
for, sir. That's a number I can live with. Who says penguins can't fly? They start slapping hands. He walks up. He goes, "Hey, happy slappers."
The best is King Julian and his little sidekick. He's like, you love me so much, you know what you love me.
And Mort, his name.
Yeah.
Mort.
Mort, that's for that. Your heinous comment will be stricken from the record.
Well, Pig at 70 for Schwartz. I feel like I'm kind of down in the same area. I'm going. Let's go Pig. 67. Pig at 67. See, my numbers are like
Going 23.
23.
Right under adaptation, one of the other Nicolas Cage films we've done.
Never heard of it.
What's your top 3 Nicolas Cage movies?
The Rock, Face Off, and The Rock. Oh, and Con Air. Are you kidding
Con Air.
me? There's zero
figure you were gonna say those
there's
3.
zero leeway.
I mean,
there.
those 3 are great. I'm going to go Adaptation, Face Off, and Matchstick Men as performances.
Dumb. Those are dumb answers.
Well, Adaptation, he got nominated for an Oscar, and he was
Who
great. in
gives
it.
a fuck?
Adaptations definitely.
He was
Who gives a
amazing in
fuck about
Adaptation.
Oscars? Who gives
He
a
was
fuck?
amazing in
Oscars.
Adaptation.
We've decided Oscars are dumb anyway.
We haven't decided
You've
shit.
decided
Only
that.
you have decided this.
And
And
people,
you're
the
an idiot.
snubs, dude. The people getting snubbed every day. The Oscars are not
People
about
get
movies.
snubbed.
Oscars are about who knew it's been 100 years.
I
Let's
think
give
it's
Tom Hanks
I think
an
it's
Oscar.
funny when people get like mad about snubs and shit. But
Yeah,
I don't really-
Anthony's pissed about the
I don't care about
Oscars.
I don't.
snubs. I'm just saying
It's a
who-
general
Anthony's
interest.
mad
Who the
about
fuck,
the
who the
Oscars.
fuck is deciding? Oh, this is the best movie.
The
They don't give a-
Academy. It's
fuck
the
Academy.
fuck the
the
Academy.
collection of all of those
They're
people that work
idiots,
there.
dude. They're all fucking idiots. The Academy's it's all rigged. It's fucking
think-
rigged.
You think Benedict Cumberbatch is going to win for Hanging Dong?
Hanging dong? Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Power of the
I don't
Dog.
know.
Full
I don't
frontal
know.
dick pic.
I'm not sure who's gonna win that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberdick, huh?
I would love to see
Cumberbatch could win.
Benedict's cucumber.
I think it's gonna be Denzel, honestly.
Denzel could win.
I think
could see.
Denzel's gonna win.
Honestly, like that one's a toss. All those guys could win.
I hope Jesse Plemons wins. That'd be cool.
I think the other dude might win Best
Or
Supporting.
what,
the-
that dog
McPhee?
movie?
The-
Did you
the
watch
weird
that
kid.
dog movie?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
That's boring as fuck, dude. I watched it.
It was
watched
pretty
about
boring.
half
I think
it. I went like
that
this.
dog movie. I think that dog movie is gonna win Best Picture and Best Director.
That's unfortunate. See, that's why I don't give a fuck about the Oscars. They ain't speaking for the people.
Certainly,
That's just
could.
rigged, dude.
I really would like to see Paul Thomas Anderson do it, though. I hope he does. Hope that's what happens.
Hurt Locker.
Yeah, well, the biggest snub of all time is Inglourious Bastards losing Best Screenplay to The Hurt Locker. That, to me, was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I remember that happened. I was like, what?
And
I
you
was
don't
like,
think it's rigged?
Has anybody
And you don't
watched
think this shit's
Inglourious
rigged?
Bastards? Listen, if it's rigged to a certain point, and most big things are, but I still think it matters in some
You think
sort
it
of way. Like,
matters? You think
well,
it's
I think it's
important.
prestigious. I think if you're a filmmaker and you have one of those, it's prestigious, isn't it?
My fucking prestige.
Hey, you're not a real prestigious guy. You're more of like a Power of the Dog guy. We know
I'm a
this.
fucking man. That's what I am. I'm a fucking man that doesn't.
You're
have
more
time
of
for that fucking
the
Oscars.
Rock face off kind of guy.
He does.
All right,
you
so
don't need to
what
go
are,
there
Jake,
for that.
what are your three
Oh,
occasions?
fuck, talk to me like that. The Rock Face Off. Those are great.
Those are
fucking
amazing
movies,
movies.
dude.
Those are amazing.
Con Air.
They're
Come
great.
on, Steve Buscemi,
Connor's up there.
Dude, all three of those movies are fucking great
Danny
movies.
Trejo, John Malkovich.
The Marietta Mangler,
What's the
Cyrus
fucking
the Virus.
What's Cyrus's name? John fucking
Cyrus the Virus.
Malkovich, dude.
Yeah, he was great. Great fucking movie. Even
Come on.
John Cusack as the
John
fucking young
Cusack?
guy who's trying to save the day.
The dude from Hannibal.
Which guy from Hannibal?
Yeah, the guy from Silence of the Lambs. He gets his car stolen by John Cusack.
Oh yeah. The dickhead DEA agent.
The little girl that Steve Buscemi doesn't murder.
What?
He plays Barbie dolls with.
Have you ever seen Con Air, Jake?
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah,
never
yeah.
seen that.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that part's
we
great.
watched it. We ranked it. Let's end it.
All right, fine.
All right. Watch Pig. It's
watch
a good
Pig.
movie.
Schwartz,
it.
watch it
Great.
again. Let us know.
I am gonna watch it again. Shout out to the Big Cat. Shout out to Choom Choom.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Shout out to
listening. What are
Choom.
we-
He's the only pig I
are we-
know. Oh no! Shout out
what are we doing
PGP.
now?
Shout out to PGP.
Oh yeah,
dude.
PGP,
Shout out to
who I
the
saw is
PGP.
now another large pig.
Yeah.
PGP is also a big heifer now.
Well, that's because there's no such things as miniature pigs. They're just babies.
Dude, you remember how fast that pig was running around though? That little
Yeah.
pig. It was like
fast as fuck, boy.
It was the funniest
Still
thing to
fast
watch.
as fuck, boy.
Triple Pig was quick.
That pig was rad.
Jake, you would have loved it, bro. You would have liked PGP, Jake. He was cool. He was like this little pig. He was a tiny baby pig when they got him. He would just run around and fucking like run at like Mach speed. It was awesome.
Okay,
Mach speed.
good. All right.
Anything else?
No, do we got another one lined up?
Oh yeah, you got another
mean,
one lined up.
I got a
Matthew,
list. I got
Matthew
a-
Schwartz.
I
You got a list?
I
Fucking
got a list.
rip him out, big dog. Let's hear it.
What are you
It's
on?
it's just a list that I kind of randomly pick one from. It's like 20 movies. I'm just gonna point to one, and whoever it is, I'm gonna do it.
Give
Ready?
us 3 and we'll choose.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
it's not gonna happen like that.
Better
I'm
be a
gonna
good
pick-
one,
Well,
dude.
we'll
Don't
choose
give us
from
some-
your
don't
list.
give us
It's
some
your
bullshit.
list. we won't.
Alright.
We don't need to deviate from your list, but let's give us a choice. Sophie's choice.
That would mean that one of the fucking choices I have to take off my list. That's not happening.
No, you just got to kill either me or Jake.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not hard.
going. It's such a. I can't choose. I can't. I don't know why I can't choose.
Scared?
Yeah, just,
All right,
choose,
I'm
just
going-
chip one off the old block, dude.
I'm going the classic Alex Proyas movie, Dark City, sci-fi classic.
Dark City by Alex Muriev.
Never heard of
Same
that
guy who
director,
directed-
so I don't think
Same
it's
guy who-
classic.
Probably
not
well,
a-
it's a classic.
probably not a
one
classic.
of his classics. He said the classic
Oh.
of this
Same
guy
guy who
that nobody's
directed-
ever heard of.
Wait, listen. He directed The Crow.
Yeah, I heard that was a
You
deadly
remember that
set.
movie, The Crow? He directed that, and he also directed the
Rust.
Nicolas Cage star Knowing, which was a pretty great movie.
Knowing.
Yeah, Knowing was a pretty good film too.
Alright.
knowing the poster of that one.
Yeah, this this is a really good movie. This is a really cool original movie. You guys are gonna enjoy this. It's a
All right.
sci-fi.
Let's see.
It's a really cool movie.
I'll be the judge of that. What's it called?
It's kind of Tim Burton-y.
It's called The Power of the Dog.
P of the D. Dark.
It's
City.
called Dark City. It's a
You would-
90s movie.
You do like the P and the D.
Hey.
Dark City, directed by Alex
Yeah.
Smirnoff.
Pro Yas.
Watch that. Listen to us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. And thanks for listening. Jake Schwartz, it's been a pleasure. Shout out to the Choom Choom.
See ya.